Hi guys, welcome to a new video. We've got another bit of a in the workshop video to do today, so if you like this sort of content, this sort of bike content and how-tos and all this, that and the other, please give us a like, subscribe and all that. It helps me grow my numbers, and it'd be quite, I'm not expecting to get big, but it would be quite nice to see a little community grow. But either way, today we got this little pink R1 in today. It's actually a viewer of the channel contacted me ages ago about one of his older bikes. He's got like a track R6 as well. I've done some engine work on it and bits and pieces. But he brought this down to me today for a clutch. Well, I say clutch. It's got no clutch. I think he's put another clutch in it. But I think he's probably failed a little bit with the adjustment of the thing, so I'm not exactly sure what's gone on. So I think the best thing to do is to sort of just pull it apart and see what we got. I have done a video before on how to fit a clutch cover, and it's helped loads and loads of people. It's got quite a few views on it and things like that, so I will put a link to that video in the description of this one if you want to check that out. But yeah, we'll get you set up, and we'll go for getting this cover off and seeing what's what. Let's do it. Right guys, I've got you set up here. I've got the door open a little bit for the light, because my torch is just glaring off a bit too much and it looks crap in the image, so but that seems to look alright on the little camera screen. Right, so there's no clutch feel. The little dot is out of line with the arrow. This is all loose, so I think he's just struggled to set it up. But I think we're gonna have to take the cover off anyway to adjust this, so I think what we're gonna do is just buzz this out quickly. Right, now we'll see what's going on in here. Well, the clutch pack is loose for a start. That's wrong. Shouldn't be able to do that. When the clutch is relaxed like this, it should be tight. So he's either missing a plate or he's put them in wrong somehow. So let's investigate. Start off by removing these 10mm. Right, now spring part of the plate. These teeth might have just not been locked into this, because that pushed in there hard. That is now the clutch locked up. Alright, so we spin. So that's as if clutch is released. Push that together and you're locked on. So I think what's happened is it's just not quite put this on properly. So it looks to me like we've got friction plate, then pressure, friction plate, then steel plate, friction plate, steel plate, friction plate, steel plate. So that looks all right to me. There's not any markings on this to say it goes a certain way, but I'm thinking maybe you just hadn't sat it on there properly, because that is now locking up there. So if I put my little bit back in, put that on, just move it around, get it to lock in. I went straight away last time. Let's remove that. There we go. So that's on. There we go, we now have a locked together clutch, so that should work. So, now it's onwards to refitting this cover. Like I said, I have got a video on how to do this, how I do it. You might be able to see through the... One thing I did forget to mention in that video is sometimes you can look through the oil cap. I don't know why I forgot to mention it, but we did anyway, so... Right, so let's get this on. Just offer up the cover. Slotting that into that hole. That's actually a lot easier than the R6 ones, to be honest. A lot easier. Now, I think even that has lined up straight away. And it's gone on all the way. As you can see there, the little dot lines up with this arrow. I mean, it's not bang on, but with the size of the teeth in this on this spline, if we move this, if we adjusted this more, that will probably more than likely be the same sort of distance but on the other side. So that, with more lever pull living on this side, is the more favourable side to have. So that seems to be set up, so we'll get the rest of these bolts back in and get the clutch cable attached and go from there. Some of these bolts are longer than the others, by the way, which is why I'm sort of taking some out and putting some back, like so, because I didn't take into account that they were different sizes, but I'm an experienced mechanic that I notice this sort of thing, and so I'm aware on where bolts are going and all that sort of jazz. But really, you should make a little diagram, draw a pattern on a bit of paper, and it will show, and then stab the bolts through it where you need them to, or where they go on the cover, if you're ever unsure. If that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but hey ho. So lastly, we're just going to do them up by hand. It's not something you want tight. Just nipped up. The bottom cover's broken here, so we've got to be careful on that one. It's not something I've done. It's something that he mentioned, the customer's mentioned when he dropped it off. Hopefully it shouldn't leak oil. If it doesn't, then we won't worry about it. That's just a race bike, just a track bike. So if it's not leaking oil, we shall leave it. Now I just want to get the adjustment on the lever reset. So you're just winding the lever all the way in. Now we've got that done, we'll have a little bit extra cable. And as soon as it's off the bracket already, we can just give ourselves plenty of slack. Put that through there. Put that onto there. I want to give it a little bit of free play to take up with the other side. You just want to wind this up. Yeah, that should do it. Spanner. Just tighten that up. The other nut gets held in the bracket, so you just want to nip that up. Put your oil cap back on. We should be good to go. Right, so now we just take up the slack with this. You can see the cable's pulling out a bit, so we just want to wind this up. Apologies for the noise, we all know it's there. Just want to do it so you can just pull it out slightly. Should give you, yeah, so we've got a beautiful lever now, absolutely beautiful clutch lever. Alright, and now he can adjust that to his own settings just by using this and, you know, setting up his slack and stuff like that. But that is clutch done. Well, I say clutch done, clutch repaired. So what we do is we just I'll just stick some trainers on and I'll kick it into gear and just make sure that it operates. So, right, there we go. Was a quick one in the end, simple little problem. All it was just that pressure plate that sits on the front, which was you know, where the bolts go and the spring plate goes. It just hadn't, the splines for the basket hadn't, it was mismatched, it wasn't sitting together, so it's just causing the clutch to be released, as it were. So now we've got clutch engagement, as you saw from the running. So I'm not sure, being a track bike, I'm not sure why it's not in GP shift. I will ask him when I see him, and if he wants it, then I'm sure we can sort it out. But he might prefer it. I don't know. I think he's a sort of, you know, not doing the track days all the time. It's just a bit of a sort of fun thing for once in a while. So, you know, that's it. That's it. So if you like this kind of content, I have got another video coming, which I'm literally about to do in a minute, which is on that one out there. We've got a radiator and an oil service to do on that. So I'll be pulling that one in a minute and starting the video on that. So that will be coming soon. So like I say, if you like this sort of content, then please like and subscribe, drop us a comment, share your thoughts, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.